Hi, everyone. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand. Cream.
Hey, Mike. Seemed like tonight was a night where the gas kind of fell out of the tank a little bit. 16 turnovers and a lot of those kind of deflections just kind of seemed like, passes that didn't have a lot of juice behind it or things like that. Did all these minutes just catch up tonight?
Maybe. I mean, actually, it ended up being 21 turnovers at the end, and they scored 33 points off our turnovers. I mean, in an 80s game, to have them get 40% of their points off our turnovers, that's really tough. The second part of it is, we had three of our starters go a combined 6 for 28, I think, or whatever it was, something along those lines. That doesn't win either. We had to rely on Tina and Leilani a lot in this game, and we need more spreading of the wealth to score in a game like this. Probably not the best we've played by any means, as far as just kind of common sense things. And then we let their bench just go crazy. I mean, when they get 53 of their 89 off their bench, granted, I mean, Cooper and Sykes have started before, but that's, they went 20 for 28 their bench. That's a bad formula to try to win a game, especially when we're shorthanded.
Tina got off to the hot start, but it seemed like they kind of started throwing some different things at her. What defenses did they kind of switch up on her for those last 3 quarters?
They just triple teamed her most of the time. I mean, they sent a second defender as soon as she got to the block. Sometimes they even went before we threw it to her to just try to keep her from catching it. And then the time she did catch it, I thought Zowie B did a good job of making her have to step out to catch it. And then they sent a second defender almost every time. And Tina made a lot of good passes out of the double team, but people didn't knock down shots. That's the difference. The other night in Seattle when the ball came out, everybody knocked down shots. Tonight it was only Leilani, basically.
And just one last one. That last possession to tie it at 85, Leilani kind of basically dribbled it out until just kicking it out to Tina. What was supposed to happen there, or how was that defended that threw it out of whack?
I mean, they basically just did a good job defensively. We didn't get the ball to where we wanted to go to even start the play, so we never even got the play going the right way to start out. So
gotcha. That's what it seemed like. All right, thanks, Mike.
You bet.
Jen.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to ask about Leilani. Anything different for her besides her shots just going down? Like, what's changed? Does she just love the West Coast?
No, the ball was going in before we came on this trip. I mean, she was starting to make shots. She's been just putting in the work. I mean, last year, I said this a few days ago, last year she started out slow also, and the same thing this year. I think the long layoff between her Australian season and ours probably didn't help, to get up and down and get in basketball shape, running up and down and, pick up games, things like that. So, she's finally got her legs right now to shoot the ball and her confidence.
And with Leilani stepping in for Tosh in the starting lineup, is that a pretty like-for-like swap, or does that change the role that someone like Ariel has to play?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it really has affected her or not. I think I think Ariel's just seen a lot more pressure now. As she's becoming a star player, teams look at our team and say, well, let's take Tina and Ariel out of the game and see if the rest of them can beat us. That's what we're seeing right now as being shorthanded. Without Maisha and Tosh, it's different.
Thanks, Coach.
Rafiq.
Hey, Coach, I want you to look back at the play that Ariel Atkins made when she made that layup that put you guys up 16-6. Like, why was that missing for the rest of the game?
Because their defense got better. I mean, it's that simple. That was just a breakdown by their defense at the time. I mean, we got off to a good start. They upped their defensive pressure. That happens a lot in games. That the good teams adjust. Getting off to a big start doesn't guarantee anything in pro ball. It never does. I've been on too many games on both sides of it, where you get a big lead and the other team comes back. The first 5 minutes of the game very rarely are indicative of what happens in a game. You know, it's a rare occasion.
And to talk about something positive, thoughts on your player, Ariel Atkins and Tina Charles, make it to the Olympics?
I mean, it's a great honor. They've earned it. They've worked hard for it. Clearly they are among the elite players in the world and they belong on that team. I was so proud. I was pretty sure Tina was going to make it, but I was so thrilled for Ariel because she's put in the work. She's been to all the USA camps this year. She's becoming one of the elite guards in our league.
I think that's it, Coach. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you. If anyone has a question, please raise your hand. We will start with Kareem.
Hey, Theresa.
How's it going, Kareem?
Good. How exhausted are you guys right now? It seems like it just kind of finally, you guys have been obviously pushing through all these games, but it seems like it kind of crept up on you guys a little bit today.
We're trying to do everything we can with the group that we have, and we're tired. But there's no excuses tonight. LA came out and they played with a lot of energy, and we had way too many turnovers. I feel like we could have done a better job of controlling the ball, taking care of it, the little things on defense, and just like the little things that led to this loss. But yeah, it's really a hard road swing for us. But we have one more. We're looking to really turn it around and get back on a winning streak again. And this is just a learning game for us to grow from.
Was gonna ask about those turnovers. I guess what was the primary cause there?
We didn't do a very good job of staying composed. They brought some pressure and we were just turning it over. We tried to make a lot of cross-court passes that were, getting tipped away or getting a hand on it or getting stolen. We just have to do a better job of finding the open man and making the next best pass instead of just trying to make something happen, hit a home run with one pass. So I think we just do a better job of working the ball around, getting the ball inside, going back to what was working for us in the Seattle game and a little bit tonight, and just grow from this.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christy?
Hey, Theresa. Leilani Mitchell, as of late, not just this game, but as of late, has been able to find her rhythm. I know the result wasn't what the team wanted, but to see her clicking like that offensively, what kind of motivation does that give the team to see that she's falling into place with her fluidity there?
Leilani is doing a really great job. She's hitting really big shots at times where our opponents are going on some runs, and to see Leilani play like Leilani does, to see her in her rhythm, to see her comfortable on the court, to see her knocking down shots like she's always had. It's really big for us, especially when we're down to 8 players. Leilani has come up big for us. She's had to do a lot handling the ball. We're asking a lot of her, and she's come up really big for us. But just to see her shot fall, I know she's in the gym getting up her shots, working really hard at it. As Leilani, as a player in the league, she's just been a lights out 3-point shooter. To see that out of her is just something that we all love to see, and it definitely helps us out whenever we're struggling.
And just really quickly going back to kind of what Kareem was saying, just about the fatigue factor, what kinds of recovery things do you have to do? Like everyone collectively, what do you do to get yourselves back into feeling not as fatigued?
I mean, we have 3 games and 3 pretty far destinations. So after flights, we get our feet up, we're laying down, we're in our Normatec boots, we have fireflies on our legs, we're icing, massages. We're doing literally everything that we can. Our medical staff has us cycling in and out, just people coming in for needling or whatever treatment that we need, as well as hydrating and just getting the proper rest as much as we can with, the travel schedule that we have. But it's just really important for us to be doing the little things and taking care of our bodies in the short amount of time that we have, because we have quick turnarounds on this road swing and it hasn't been easy. So for as far as tonight, getting a good night rest, get on the plane early tomorrow morning, and doing what we need to do once we land in Dallas to get our bodies right for an early game on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for not pointing to you. I know I said I would in the game. My mind was just going. So
That's all right. I knew it was in your heart.
It was in my heart. It was in my heart. Definitely.
Jen.
Hey, Theresa, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't think I asked you this question, but my brain is kind of melting, so I apologize.
That's okay. We all have melting brain right now.
Megan Gustafson, just wanted to ask you, I know she's only been around for a couple days, but what you've seen from her and how she's grown since you guys last played together.
I mean, I've been knowing Megan since she was a little rookie in the league, and to see her growth, to see her have another opportunity in this league is really awesome. Megan's a really great person and extremely hard worker. She's a great basketball player. She came in, she fit in instantly, and for her to provide the minutes that she's providing in such a short period of time, we're asking a lot of her to know our entire offensive scheme, to be on the same page with us on the defensive end. I think Megan's coming in and giving us solid minutes, and she's doing everything that we can ask her to do at this time. And I just think that, Megan's the type of person that will do whatever's asked of her, whether it's being a great teammate, whether it's taking charges, whether it's sprinting, trying to get back first to help somebody out, whatever it is, Megan's willing to do it. And, right now when numbers are low, we need people like that. So Megan's doing a really great job for us. And it's great to see her back on the floor, especially with me. I love Megan. She has a special place in my heart.
Either of you have any extra motivation for Saturday?
This is my first time going back to Dallas since the trade. And I'm excited to see the fans of Dallas. They've always treated me well. And just to be, back in that atmosphere, it's exciting for me. There's no bad blood there. I'm just excited to compete and to play with my teammates. And I think that Dallas is going to be a tough matchup for us. And we need to come ready and we need to come prepared to combat that. So I'm just excited to be in Dallas again. And, I love this group that I'm with right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with the Book That Sports Talk. I just want to know, what are your impressions about the way Tina Charles and Leilani Mitchell played in tonight's game, and how do you felt that you could have done a little bit more to get up to that offensive and rebounding level?
I think Leilani and Tina are carrying a really big load right now. Leilani playing point guard, having to bring the ball up with a lot of pressure. We're asking her to play a lot of minutes. Tina, we're obviously asking her to do a lot. She's taking our highest shot taker. We're asking her to defend, play both ends of the ball. And I think that our intensity level tonight, it wasn't there as far as our team. I think we can do a better job of getting them opportunities to get them in better scoring positions. We were finding Tina way off the block, where if we find Tina closer to the block or where she's in a more comfortable scoring position, we can do a better job of getting high-low passes, getting the ball inside, working that a little bit more. I think I could do a better job screening, and I think I can do a better job of creating more space defensively, keeping my feet a little bit more active. Now I can do a lot of things better. So I look forward to Saturday to kind of correct some of those mistakes and, bring it for us. We need to muster up all the energy and all the toughness that we can find. Dallas is a tough team coming in on Saturday, and I think it's a good opportunity to learn from these mistakes that we had tonight and apply it to the game.
Okay, and the second question. Before the season started, you were only playing alongside one Olympian. Right now, you're playing alongside two Olympians. Thoughts on Charles and Atkins making it to the Olympics?
Absolutely. It's incredible. I think, Tina, she's a former Olympian. She does a really great job consistently on the boards throughout her entire career. Tina Charles, same with Leilani Mitchell. But Ariel Atkins, I know that USA Basketball has a ton of guards and a lot of special guards, and see Ariel Atkins be able to put on a USA jersey and compete for an Olympic gold medal is something that's really special to me. Ariel Atkins is a wonderful person. She's an extremely hard worker, and she is such a team player. I think that USA Basketball, I know how much this means to A. And for her to be able to like live out a dream of hers is something that I love for her. And just, I don't know, just the person that she is and her being able to experience this is something that I want for her, not taken away from the 2 other Olympians, but going in for her first time. I think this is going to be incredibly special. And I think that, she deserves it. I think all 3 of them deserve it. And I can't wait to watch and cheer all 3 of them on. I think it's going to be a really exciting matchup. Hopefully we see a little Australian-USA matchup eventually. It's going to be hard to choose, obviously, not too hard, but with Lei, obviously it's going to be a little hard. But just really excited. It's an honor to play alongside 3 Olympians. I know there's a few teams that can say that, and I'm just really honored to be a part of, their team and to be just in their presence,
Can we expect you to be in the Olympics in the future?
I don't know, because I kind of waived my rights to USA basketball to try to get a European passport. So maybe from a European standpoint, I'll be able to compete for an Olympics. But until then, I'll be cheering on my teammates and rooting for USA.
Keep pushing, you'll get there.
Thank you, Rafiq. I appreciate that, my friend.
Kareem, did you have another question?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Okay, then
Thanks, Theresa.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Leilani, good job with your performance tonight, but what do you think you could have done a lot more in order to get better shot selections down the stretch after they came back from your early start?
Yeah, well, I mean, biggest thing was probably our turnovers. I think we had 20 turnovers or something, and they scored, I don't know how many points off of them. So that was big. I mean, we knew that we know that they're a team that likes to force a lot of turnovers and they get in the passing lanes, they're aggressive. But I don't know, maybe we didn't make it as big of a point of emphasis before the game so that we were really focused on it. And then defensively, we let them drive too much. We did say that in shoot around today that, we knew that their guards like to get downhill and penetrate. And I don't think we did a good job of stopping that.
Thoughts on your 2 teammates making it to the Olympics?
Sorry?
Thoughts on your 2 teammates making it to the Olympics?
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to turn it up because it's not very loud. Yeah, I'm happy for them. Obviously, it's always an honor for any athlete to make it to the Olympics. Tina's going for her 3rd and first time for Ariel. So I know that she's excited. I just hope they don't do too well.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jen?
Hey, Leilani, just wanted to ask about your and Tina's kind of 2-woman game and combining for 51 points tonight. But, over the course of the season, how quickly did that chemistry develop and how are you guys feeling, playing off each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's feeling pretty good. We actually haven't really played a whole lot together, because obviously I've been playing a lot of 2. And so when I have been getting in the game, it's a different position than I'm used to. I wasn't playing a whole lot of point guard. So now, obviously with Tosh out, I had to move over to the point guard position and, just trying to get her the ball, obviously. She's pretty unstoppable. So mixing up the play calls, whether we have her in pick and rolls or just down low posting up. But yeah, I mean, it's great to play with her. She makes my job easy. She's been playing really well. It's unfortunate that we let this game get away because, I think this is a game that we should have won. Even, still had a chance down the stretch with as bad as we played throughout the whole game.
Well, how much of an adjustment has that been for you? I mean, I know you're a vet and you've seen a lot in the league, but how much of an adjustment has it been sliding over to point again with Tosh out?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's my position. That's what I'm used to. So that's where I'm most comfortable. But, whatever the team needs from me, I just want to be ready. Obviously, we're looking forward to getting people back. Hopefully, I know some people are really exhausted right now. So hopefully we can get some of our players back from injury, at least, give us a little bit of help. But, first priority is that they're actually ready and healthy. We don't want to put them out on the court if they're still at a high risk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christy?
Hey, Leilani, great game by you tonight. There was a stretch of the game, I think it was in the third quarter, maybe, or at the end of the second quarter, where Tina Charles wasn't getting the touches she was commonly used to. What was going on during that stretch of the game when she wasn't getting the ball as often? She was getting it, but not as often.
Yeah, I think that was the second half of the second quarter, and we spoke about it at halftime. Just making sure, I mean, we were kind of walking that fine line of putting their posts in pick and rolls. And I think we just kept going to that too often. Part of it is fatigue and not sprinting down the court and pushing the ball up the court. Part of it was just being impatient, not working the ball around and giving her a chance to post up and working the high-low or the first side. But it was definitely a point of emphasis at halftime, and we, made sure that we were aware that we weren't getting enough post touches, whether it was her or even, they had Samuelson in guarding Megan in the second half, so tried to get her some touches down low as well. But it's hard to play if we're not getting the ball inside. It's just puts a lot of pressure on the guards to try to drive and create and that sort of thing. So we know that we're best when we do get those paint touches, and it's definitely something we want to do nearly every time down the court and every game for sure.
And just with regards to the game after game, no excuses, and I'm not trying to create any, but there is a sense of recovery. And what is that like when you are traveling? You're a vet. What are the things that work best for you, and what kind of advice are you giving to the younger players in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, well, everybody's different. Some people like to cold tub. Some people like to get a massage. I think having, only eight players, it's really important, like you said, to get our recovery, make sure we're hydrating. Luckily we're able to bring a massage therapist on the road with us. So we've all been getting massages on our days off, and if we need it before the game or after. That's what I love the most, and I think that helps me the most. But everyone's different, so we just make sure all the options are there, and whatever you need to take advantage of, make sure we do it.
Well, they got that shooting arm massage really well, because you're really letting it fly, and your rhythm is back. And I know Theresa said something about you stay in the gym, like you're getting those rhythm shots. Now, is that the thing that has gotten you to a higher percentage?
Yeah, I think the team, like I said, after the Seattle game, I think we've been doing a really good job of making the extra pass or finding who's open. So, that's part of it. And then part of it also is just myself being more aggressive and knowing with players out and low on numbers and people tired that I do need to step up more. So having that mentality coming into the game as well. But, when they're going in, it's always a lot easier to let the next one fly.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's it, Leilani. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Megan, how's it going?
Good, going good.
Just wanted to, get a sense from you now that you're a couple more days in than we talked to you last time. What's it been like, joining the team on a road trip? Like, I know you had a chance to set up your apartment and stuff, but really getting your first taste of the team on the road. How's the week gone for you?
Yeah, it's obviously been a lot thrown at me the past few days. I think right now I'm just trying to take everything in one step at a time, focus on the day ahead of me, what it's going to take to be able to help my team out. I feel like, today it was a tough one, but we're going to keep regrouping. And again, I'm just trying to come in and give our posts a break. I know our bodies are tired, but I'm fresh, so I'm ready to go. I'm going to try to keep doing that.
And how, obviously I don't expect you to have learned all the plays by now, but how far along are you in that process, and how are you compensating for whatever percentage of the playbook you're still working on?
Yeah, so obviously I've only had one official practice in and 2 shoot arounds. So I'm obviously still trying to learn all the different plays. I know some of the basic ones that they've been emphasizing. And I think for me right now, the biggest thing is just to read what's going on, especially reading the other post player I'm in with. So whether it's Tina, whether it's Theresa, just seeing what they're doing and kind of reading off of that. If Tina's inside down low, I'm obviously going to give her space to do what she needs to do because she's really good at that. She's going to pop usually, get that 3 going so I can get inside and get posts. And so I think just kind of reading that and trying to do what I can do best, focus on my effort, focus on rebounding. I think that's something that I've really been focused on, just to bring that extra energy and get those possessions for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Christy?
Hey, Megan. Just with how, LA's guards were very aggressive and getting in the passing lanes and creating those turnovers. Kind of Dallas's guards, they kind of do the same thing. What kinds of adjustments need to be made prior to that game?
Yeah, I thought LA's guards did a really good job of trying to get downhill. That's something that we were really trying not to let them do, and obviously it didn't work too well. But we got to adjust, and now we got to look at the film, go back and see what exactly we need to do, whether it's post getting up in the screens more. I think specifically that's what me as a post player I need to work on, is just getting up on the screen, not let them get downhill so quickly, because once they're downhill, LA's guards are really quick and it's really hard to stop them. And so, I'm going to try to carry that into the game against Dallas. Dallas, obviously I know them pretty well. I've played with them for the past 2 years. So, that's one thing going for me. I know what they're really good at and what their weaknesses are. So, I'm going to try to help my team out, try to relay that information moving forward.
And just with the tone that you have and knowing you just a tiny bit, with that being said, you said that you're fresh. How important will your role be in that game because you are fresh and the team is played big minutes in the last 3 days?
Yeah, I think it'll be really important. Again, I'm just here to do whatever I need to do in order to help my team out. Right now, it's obviously providing a fresh energy off the bench, and trying to help my post players out and in terms of giving them a break. Obviously going against Dallas, I know what to expect against them. I'm really, really excited to play in that game. And so I think I'll be more motivated than ever, to be honest.
I know. Thank you, Megan.
Thanks.
Rafiq?
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. I just want to ask you, since you played the least amount of minutes in tonight's game, what are you looking to do to get more minutes off the bench to get more scoring production, since the team kind of struggled to score down the stretch?
Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to control what I can control. And so, I obviously don't have any control over when I do go in the game. And so I just have to really work on my energy and to be really efficient when I am in the game. I thought I did pretty well to begin. I was able to get a couple buckets there early, but I need to continue that. I think, I struggled a little bit in terms of I need to get better seals later when I was in the second time, just being able to take advantage of them having smaller players on me. I'm going to work really hard to continue to improve on that. And yeah, just overall bringing that energy whenever I do come in, because those minutes really do matter, especially when you have, Tina Charles. If she's out, if she needs a break, I can't let down. I need to keep that same energy going. Obviously, nobody can replace her when she's not in the game. She's a legend, but my goal when that happens is just to bring that same amount of energy. I think sometimes, me specifically, I like that back to the basket feel, that physicality, and I think I can match that part. And so that's just what I try to do.
And when you're watching Tia Charles get blocked in the late seconds while trying to tie the game, what did you tell her, or what did the coach talk about in terms of better execution when it comes to launching a better shot in that situation?
Well, that was tough. We had a couple extra passes there, and it was late in the game, and so I think that's the kind of thing that we got to work on in terms of execution, trying to figure out, okay, where do we need to get the ball? How are we gonna get around those types of things. I mean, to be honest, I think we had a couple extra good passes to her. Unfortunately to get blocked, I thought that was a good defensive play on their end. But I think we all had full confidence in her to hit that shot if it wasn't blocked.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Megan. Thank you.
Thanks.